Let's get into some shite. Hi, folks. Welcome to Apocalyptic. Whoa, I'm a little raspy. Wow. This has been a week. I'm going to try to keep you up to date with what's been going on with me without it kind of sounding whiny and complaining. I don't want that. But, just kind of telling you what's been going on. I should do that. So as you're probably very well aware, Monday's show didn't come out. Now, it didn't come out because it wasn't because I forgot or I got too busy. I was in the fetal position in bed with 103-degree temperature, feeling like death. I'm getting over the flu right now. Now, I have to let me just say, part of the flu is I developed this cough. So I might cough during the show. I'm going to try not to. If I do, I think I have a cough button on my recorder. I'll try to push that. I can't see. I'm not wearing my glasses. Anyway, so there was just no way I could record a show. And then I thought, well, maybe I could get it done like Tuesday. And then I thought maybe Wednesday, and just there was just no way. Even now, so it kicked in on Sunday. That's when I started feeling it. I think Sunday night, I could just tell throughout the night I got a fever. And I was just laying in bed and I just felt a fever coming on. I was like, oh no. So obviously the first thing I thought of was COVID. So Sunday morning I woke up, I felt feverish, and I took a COVID test and it was negative. So that was good. But gradually the fever started getting worse and I started feeling crappier. And then I didn't know what was going on. I had no idea. And then my mind starts going everywhere. I didn't go to the doctor. I should have gone to the doctor, but it was Sunday, and how do you do that? So, and I'm a dude that's stubborn, so I feel like I could take care of myself. And this is part of the problem, and I'll talk about that here in just a second. But, so it just gradually kicked in, and I don't think I've ever had the flu before, because I've never had anything like this. I've had COVID 2 times. Second time was pretty bad. First time was nothing. This was 10 times worse. People who, when they were talking about wearing masks, or when they were talking about COVID in the early days, a lot of people were just saying, "Oh, it's just the flu." Look, dude, the flu is a beast. I had no idea. It kicked my behind bad. The first 2 days, I guess mostly Monday. Monday was the worst. My wife had to go out of town on a conference, so she was gone. I was here to have to take care of myself. I stayed in bed for 3 full days, just not moving. 3 days, I didn't eat. I drank very little, which was a problem, but I just didn't want to do anything. I couldn't get out of bed. I just couldn't move, so I slept. And because I didn't drink anything, I ended up becoming dehydrated. So none of that is good, but I don't know. I'm just kind of like, my mind is blown because I never been through this before. And those of you probably who've had the flu could say, yeah. That's what my wife said. She's like, yeah. So every year when they talk about the flu, get your flu shot. And I'm just like, no, why would I do that? I've had the flu. Flu's like a really bad cold, right? I could survive that. I don't need to go get a shot. I didn't know they were talking about this. This is terrible. I'll get a shot for this. So I'll definitely get a flu shot. I don't know. I don't know what I thought. I guess you have to, it's just one of those things you have to experience before you understand it, maybe. I've made it this far in my life, apparently, without ever getting the flu, and now I got it. And I don't even know where I got it. I don't deal with lots and lots of people every day. And I don't know what the incubation period is, but it came to me on Sunday. I guess I could have gotten it Saturday or Friday, but I didn't interact with too many people on that day. I just don't know. But fever of 103, close to 104 for 2 days. And then I was at 101, 102 most of the time. It finally dropped to 100, and I just stayed at 100, and every once in a while it would kind of drop below 100. But what would happen is I would sleep, and then all night long, fever break, fever break. And when the fever breaks, you start sweating, and I would wake up in just a pool. The entire bed was just completely soaked, and it was horrible. And so I don't know. I'm just that's why I didn't do a show. And I just wanted to tell you, here I am now. I'm much better now. I still have effects. My mind got really, really cloudy. It's still really cloudy. It was cloudy before, but not like this. And I hope it comes back. But sometimes I feel really disoriented. And the exhaustion, that I couldn't walk across one room without just needing to lie down and sleep. It was terrible. And the weird thing is, you think that your body is something that is yours, that you know about, that you're under control, that you know this body, you've had it for a long time. But when something like this happens, some kind of illness, even if it's like terminal, you get a disease or you get like intense pain for a long period of time, you break a limb, whatever, is when you start realizing that the body it's not under your control at all. You think it is for a long time when everything's going well. You think you're the boss. But when things like this happen, it's like you can't do anything. You're a prisoner. And there's this feeling of helplessness, like, come on, dude, you're me. Aren't you you're supposed to treat me like, come on, get up, let's do this. And your body's just like, screw you, I'm doing this. And you're just out there having to deal with it. It's an eye-opening experience. It's just, my wife watched her mom die in October, and I think about that. I just like what it's like to go through, you just knowing that you're going to be going. You know you're going to go. I've always said I would fight it. And this experience was in no way death, although, geez, it felt like it. There's nothing I could have done to fight this. And not only that, I didn't have the strength to fight it. I couldn't have fought it. They're just, I think when you're at a point where, I don't know if you're in hospice or you're going to die, I guess you just resign yourself. You accept it. That's the best way. You accept and just wait for your body to say, okay, I'm gone. It's something that I wasn't prepared to learn this week, and not a lesson I was prepared to learn, but I did learn it. I learned that a lot of stuff. So here's the thing. There's a lot of ways that you can be sick. Oh, by the way, hi, how are you? How was your week? Thanks for listening to Apocalyptic. I missed you guys, and thanks for hanging on. I know some of you keep coming back, and that's great. I appreciate it. We have a listener line for you, 678-348-0008. If you want to call and say hi, tell me how you're feeling. You can do that, or text it. That's good too. Send me an email, rick@apocalyptic.com, or just visit Facebook or The website, apocalyptic.com. All the episodes are there. We're also on YouTube. You can listen to episodes there too. Just checking in with you, see how you're doing. It's going to be about me this week. I'm a little whiny. I'm not going to whine. I'm not whining. I'm just trying to tell you what happened this week, which seems whiny, but it's not. But there's a couple of ways that you could be sick. Okay, you can be whiny. You can just, and this is my normal way of being sick, is just lay there and I feel terrible and oh, my stomach, my head hurts so bad. Oh, this sucks. You can do that. It's always helpful in those circumstances if you have a parent or a spouse or a significant other who could kind of pamper you and play along and kind of let you do your whining. A good person will do that, I think. Some people just say, quit whining. But it helps. I think whining helps sometimes when you're sick. You just want to whine. So that's one way to do it. And even though this was, I'm going to say this might have been the worst sickness experience that I've ever had in my life. Maybe. And so, but I chose not to whine through this one. I decided I'm going to do it a different way. And this is the way that I think that this is the other way to do it. And that is just really pay attention to your body, what your body's telling you. Why is it sick? Your body doesn't randomly get sick, I think. It's telling you something. It's giving you information. In my case, even though this was the flu, in my case, my body was telling me things other than just we have the flu. My body was saying to me, look, you're old. You're an old guy now. You're not 20. You're not 21. Stop treating me like you did when you were in your 20s. Because if you do, you're going to be doing this right here, this where you're just dying and you're going to actually die. This is what you're going to be doing. If you don't start treating your body better, if you don't start giving your body the opportunity to manufacture healing properties, to take care of itself better, I've got 30 pounds at least extra that I don't need to carry around on this body. Why do I do it? Why am I still doing it? Because it's laziness. I'm not incapable of taking care of myself, getting rid of the extra pounds. I don't have to eat chips and sour cream dip every week. Big, gigantic pizzas. I did that in my 20s. Well, I can't do it in my 60s. I can't. Because it's going to kill me. Because bodies don't do that. They don't last long. They're going to give out anyway. This body will give out anyway. But I think my body was saying, look, you can have a healthy body and you can have a body that's going to take you much farther into life. You can live a much longer time with your wife, enjoy more things, or you could just enjoy everything, eat a bunch of ice cream, just don't go out for walks, just sleep all day, drink a bunch of beer, and you won't have it that long. It's going to give out. You'll have fun, but it's going to give out. Which do you want to do? Take care of yourself, just party and drop in a few years. So that's what I read in the message that my body was giving me during this sickness. It was flu, yes, but I think there was a lot more to it than just flu. So my body's been sending me signals for a long time. You know I don't drink enough water. And I didn't during this time, and I got dehydrated, and boy, did I get the effects of that. And it's just one of those signals. It's just like, look, take care of yourself, because if you don't start, just take some water with you. Drink a little more water. What's wrong with it? So, okay, listening to my body. I'm okay with getting healthy. I want to be healthy for the rest of my life. I'd like to live much, much longer. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'll keep you updated how it goes. I don't know. I might get the flu again. It really is kind of beside the point. But, boy, feeling better today. Not good. Better. Exhaustion still there. Every once in a while, a little bit of temperature comes back. Get a little lingering cough. Effects of dehydration are there, but I'm trying to drink water, and they're slowly going away. So there you go. I don't know if you can get anything from any of that, or if you want to, but I'm throwing it out to you. One thing I am going to do is go off coffee for a little while. Because I couldn't get up and make coffee. I couldn't make any coffee. So after 3-4 days of not having coffee, I got the worst headache, and killed me. One day I couldn't even sleep because of it. And then I thought, boy, if I'm getting headaches from not drinking coffee, isn't that saying that maybe I shouldn't be drinking coffee? So I did decide I'm going to, I don't know if it'll last. Maybe it should, but I'm not going to have coffee for a while. So I'm drinking tea today. I got my cinnamon apple tea, and it's pretty good. One of my favorite teas. Still have my hot beverage. It's all right. I'm going to eat better. I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to do better podcasts. One thing that's got to happen is, sorry, my mind has got to get a little sharper. I don't know what happened during this last week, but it's just like this fog moved into my head. And at times I was so disoriented, I didn't know where I was. And hopefully that's going to take care of itself. I would try to have little stories in my head, even like talking about like what I'm going to talk about on the podcast. And I would kind of rehash it in my head, and then I would just completely lose the train of thought, which is not totally uncommon in my life. We're almost into April. What do you think? March was not too bad. I'm not a big fan of April. I will tell you. I don't like April. I never really liked April holidays. I don't care for the Easter holiday. Not the religious part. Just I don't like pastel. When I was a kid, I guess I liked it okay. It's my birthday month, so there you go. I don't like it. I don't like the month. I like my birthday, but I just never cared. I'm not a big April guy. Don't really care. But here's the weird thing about April. We're halfway to October. Isn't that weird? It always kind of pisses me off when in December we're really close to Christmas, and somebody always pops up and says, "Hey, we're halfway to St. Patrick's Day." I'm like, don't ruin it. I mean, I love St. Patrick's Day, but let's have this holiday for a while. But we are in April. We get to April 1st, April Fool. We're exactly halfway until October 1st, the beginning of the Christmas holiday. Can you believe halfway? Seems like we just started here. It goes so fast. But isn't it weird? I don't know. I was thinking when I'm thinking about October, there's no ghost traditions in the spring and the summer, really. And I think it's left over from all of the centuries of people in the old days and the farmers, and they always believed in they were always afraid of at harvest time of losing the crops, like some ghosts or something were going to steal the crop. And I guess when it's kind of a spooky season because it's dark, you get dark first, or earlier, I should say. And you have to go out and do the harvesting when it's a little spooky and the moon's a different color, and I don't know, things just look a little creepier. So it's much easier to come up with stories about ghosts. But those don't survive really. That in the spring and the summer, you don't have too many of those. Spring and the summer, more just like serial killers, but not ghosts, right? Like spring and summer is like real real killers, and then ghosts in the other time. But it's almost April Fool. Now, I'm not an April Fool guy. When I was a kid, I thought it was funny. I would always put lunch meat in your brother's shoe or something like that on April Fool, or you'd try to play some kind of trick and I don't know. That's what you do when you're a kid, right? And then that doesn't really, I can't remember the early days. Like in my 20s, I probably did some jokes, but I'm not a practical joker. In fact, I kind of hate them. I don't like people who make jokes at the expense of others. It kind of bugs me, and I feel bad about that with other people. I mean, when I see it, I kind of get, it's sort of cringy to me. So I'm not a fan of practical jokes, and I don't do it. Maybe a little trick or two is funny. I can remember I built a website specifically for announcing some kind of some dumb media thing a few years ago on April Fool, and it actually went viral. I had no idea. I just did it as kind of like in my little circle. It was a sports thing, I believe. But I don't do much on April Fool. So I'm glad that my wife doesn't. We don't play tricks on each other. And that's good. I know some people do. If you do, enjoy it. If you really like it, if you have some great jokes you want to tell me, feel free to call in the listener line, 678-348-0008. Tell me, and I'll let everybody else know about it. Still exhausted, people. Still exhausted. One night when I was laying in bed, I just night sweats, never stopped. Just night sweats all the time. And I had to wash my sheets 2 days in a row, change them, wash them, because of the night sweats. And I started thinking about Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats. Do you know this group? Do you know this artist? Do you know the singer? Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats. For 10 years, I think, people have been telling me, you need to check this guy out. He's awesome. And I was like, okay, yeah, or will someday. And just hearing about it seemed like the kind of thing I would be interested in. But I just never checked it out. Always kind of let it go and forgot about it. And I listened to a specific station on Pandora. And he started coming up, a couple of his songs started coming up on Pandora. And I would just be at work doing my job, and the song would come on and go like, who is that? That is good. And I went and checked, and it was like Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats. And I was like, that's why everybody was saying I would like him. It was really great. And then another song would come on, same situation. So I really started thinking, well, yeah, maybe I need to check in to this. And while I was lying in bed, I think I just, when I thought about the Night Sweats, I decided to look him up, and I pulled up this video, and it's just live performance, and holy crap. I don't know how that guy's going to make it to 50 years old. I think he's just going to burn out. So in some ways he reminds me, and I don't know, he might consider this an insult, but in some ways he reminds me of John Belushi. Very much like Joe Cocker, for sure. But Belushi used to do Joe Cocker, and he would like just flail around and just spin around and fall on the floor and just like go crazy. And this guy's such an energetic performer. I don't know how he can sustain it every night, but it's amazing, and he's really, really good, and the band's incredible. So I'm just saying this to you because it took me 10 years. I finally really dug in and checked him out, and I'm regretting that I didn't do it earlier. If you're a fan, good for you. If you're not and you don't know, check it out. I'm going to post this live concert video on the Apocalyptic page so you can look at it and see if you like him, because I loved it. It's amazing. That's all I got. I just don't have any more. I think I did pretty good, though. 25-minute show. Monday, I'm going to tell you about an experience I had where I almost joined a cult. Monday, that will be what I talk about. So make sure Monday you come back and listen to me. Maybe joining a cult. Did I? I don't know. I might have. But we'll see. Anyway, I'll see you Monday. Woo.